boys and girls, my computer froze. So if you just stopped, the grandfather learned how to count in English and the little girl learned how to count in Chinese, which is really cool, I think. I think that's so special that they're kind of teaching each other, and by that, they're kind of getting to know each other, right? And becoming friends. Really sweet. I found a small piece of broken concrete and used it to write Helen on the wall. Helen, I said, pointing to what I had written. Helen, Gong Gong repeated, tracing the letters with his finger. Then he picked up a piece of concrete and wrote 2 Chinese characters on the wall. Gong Gong, he said, pointing to the characters. He took my hand and helped me copy his name. Just then I saw Henry and Cece coming down the path. I've called you a million times, said Henry. Come on, it's time for dinner. Sorry, I said. We didn't hear you. Gong Gong and I were busy. We walked up the path together. San, I said, counting my steps. 4, 5, 6, Gong Gong said, continuing where I left off. Oh, that's really sweet, isn't it? At dinner, Dad told us about a new computer program for learning languages. A friend at work had given him a copy of the Chinese version. Dad said it was really great. It starts out simple, Dad explained. The voice says, Zhao Hei, and then you click on the picture of the children. Zhao Hei, Gong Gong repeated. He smiled and gave Dad a thumbs up. Then Gong Gong looked at me. 3 Zhao Hei, he said. It was my turn to give him a thumbs up. Why do you think they're all smiling, boys and girls? Grandpa looks really happy, so does the dad and the brother and the sister and the mom. Why do you think they're happy? Can you think? Imagine if you couldn't talk to your grandma or grandpa, then all of a sudden you could talk to them. How would that make you feel? Happy, right? Yeah. They're kind of starting to, get to know each other and build a friendship. Yeah, and belong. Remember, that's what we're talking about. How does it feel when you belong somewhere? So imagine how Grandpa feels, right? He comes to America and none of his family speaks Chinese but the mama, right? So he really has no one to talk to. And of course he wants to talk to his family, but he couldn't. But now since the little girl's teaching him English and they're going to learn Chinese, they will be able to talk to each other, right? Yeah, really cool. So definitely everybody's happy, right? Things are kind of changing in the story. Hey, Mom, what's my Chinese name again? I asked. Yin Hua, Mom replied. Gong Gong gave me your name when you were born. Gong Gong, I said, pointing to myself, and I repeated, Yin Hua. Gong Gong nodded. Then he pointed to Cece and Henry. Yin Wen, Yin Ru. Hey, we're all Yin something, said Cece. Yes, because you're all in the same family, and you're all the same generation, said Mom. Cool, said Henry. So Helen, Cece, and Henry are all learning their Chinese names. What do they learn about their names? They all have the yin part, right? So maybe in China, brothers and sisters have like a similar name, kind of like a middle name or something, or a last name. Kind of like us, but a little bit different. Pretty cool. After my bath that night, I walked by my old room. There was Gong Gong sitting at the desk. I looked over his shoulder. He was printing Helen over and over. Gong Gong, you're writing my name, I said. Gong Gong smiled and motioned for me to sit to him. Then he wrote some Chinese characters and said, Yin Hua. Gong Gong handed me the pen and I tried to copy the characters as best I could. I didn't do a very good job, but then he showed me how to make the strokes in the right order. I wrote my name again and did much better. Hen Hoao, Gong Gong said, squeezing my shoulder. That meant very good. Mom always said hen hen when I brought home my best work from school. Gong Gong stood up and went over to Cece's picture on the door. He pointed to a flower and said, Hua. I understood. Hua means flower. I was Gong Gong's flower. Oh, very sweet. Suddenly, I heard the familiar low rumble. Gong Gong, I said. We looked at each other quickly and then went over to the open window. Yi, san, si, wu, li, I counted. 6, said Gong Gong. 6 cars, I said. 6 cars, Gong Gong repeated slowly. The engineer blew the train whistle as Gong Gong and I waved goodnight and him together. Where are Helen and Gong Gong? Can you see them in the picture? Their bedroom, right? Wow, so sweet, huh? I really liked that story, boys and girls. I think it was really special how they kind of started off not knowing each other, right? Or maybe even liking each other. And then just because they kind of took the time to be nice to each other and kind of look at each other in a different way, they have a really great relationship now. Awesome book. I hope you liked it. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. Bye.